So we begin the first few sentences in that place where they tore the nightshade and blackberry patches from their roots to make room for the Medallion City Golf Course. There was once a neighborhood. It stood in the hills above the valley town of Medallion and spread all the way to the river. It's called the suburbs now, but when black people lived there, it was called the bottom. So when we're reading this, we see, and many of you commented this last night or this afternoon through email, about this transition. We're talking about this neighborhood that's gone, right? And it's a black neighborhood that is no longer here. And so when you talk about a whole neighborhood being wiped out and something replacing it, people make these decisions. Cities make these decisions. And this happens constantly. It's happening all the time. And it happens in Atlanta. It's happened in Atlanta. So when we zoom into Atlanta, and this is using just Google Earth. So you see this Google, you've got the Google Earth, and then you've got this map that's been overlaid on it. And first we'll take a look at what this map is. Areas occupied chiefly by Negroes. There's two areas on the map that I wanted to focus on. Okay. You have this area, Rockdale Park. Who lives here? Black people, right? I mean, we have this map, and it is black people on the map. I mean, this is what we have. Okay, so clearly these are streets, right, where people are living. I mean, we can tell that by looking at this map. And what you can do when you overlay one of these archival maps is slowly pull that map away and see what's behind it and what is here today. Does that look like a neighborhood?
Not at all.
What's it look like? It
It
looks like an industrial site, right? I mean, one is just grown over, it's trees, and it's nothing now. And then you have these industrial places, these massive, what looks like a massive parking lot, I'm guessing. Another example, and this is maybe a more prominent example because we all know, or most of us probably know the neighborhood, and we know what 75 and 85 are, right? Everyone knows what 75 and 85. I mean, how can you not know? Okay. We've got this neighborhood here. Georgia State, we're right here, right? And we've got Auburn right here. What's that area historically called? Do you know? Sweet Auburn. This was the wealthiest black neighborhood in the U.S., or it was often kind of touted that. If it wasn't the richest, it was one of the wealthier areas. I mean, who's from this area? Yeah, Dr. King. So you have this. Who lives here? Okay. What happens when we zoom out? What do you think this massive thing is? A highway. All right, not a highway, an interstate. Not one interstate, two interstates. I don't know all of the exact planning that goes into building interstates, but we can absolutely see that this cuts one chunk off of this very prosperous area for African Americans. This is not something that just happened. This is something that people planned. If we look back at the map, the interstate's not there yet, but we do see, so you've got the yellow, you've kind of got a yellow line from the background, so we can kind of see what it is today. You see this expressway, so you see, this is from today's map, 75, this wasn't there before, but you can see, when you look at the map, they've kind of drawn it in. Trying to figure out, well, where should we put this? Why not send it through the orange area?